So since I got this thing tore apart, I figured I may as well clean up all the little bits and pieces I normally can't get to. So in preparation for the wash, I just covered up the cylinder head, used a trash bag and a bungee, and also some of these cables, I didn't want them getting wet. And other than that, I think we're just gonna, I also removed the air filter. But other than that, we're just gonna go ahead and spray her down and clean her up. All cleaned up. Definitely a lot better than it was. It's not perfect. The big thing was getting all the dirt and all the mud out from up in here, because all that would have been dropping into the cylinder when we worked on it. A couple more pieces I'm gonna clean up while I got everything out. Just like that, with some editing magic, all cleaned up. We are still working on getting that broken easy out of this head. We tried tapping on it, trying to get it to spin out. Wasn't happening. I got that thing in there pretty darn good. So we're gonna have to go to more drastic measures. But first, let's take off the important bits. We're gonna take off this cover, this little boot, boom, just like that. All that's removed. So I watched a couple videos on this, so I'm practically a borderline expert. What we're gonna do is we're gonna drill next to this easy out and see if we can just open up that hole a little bit more, because we're gonna have to open it up anyways. Open it up a little more and see if we can't get that easy out. Grab a 3/16 bit here. Go ahead and get that chucked up in the drill. Let's get to drilling. Look at that, we got a hole opened up beside our broken easy out. Let's go ahead and drill a couple more holes around this easy out, just for good measure. You want to wiggle it around in there, make those holes really big. Trying to mill out some big areas. Oh yeah, look at that. That beehive look is exactly what you're going for. You want all them holes in there. See if we can't get this punched out now. Oh yeah, check that out. If you look down in there, that you can see that easy out starting to loosen up a little bit. That's good news. Take you on in. Yeah, look at that. That thing's coming right on out. You can see just how loose that thing is. Look at that thing move. It wants to come out, it does. Oh, look at that. There she is. Very nice. So now we got a little bee's nest down here that we got to deal with. So now that we got all that hardened steel out there, you're going to want to find a drill bit. The one you keep around just so when your friends come over, it looks like you actually do work every now and then. So I found this drill bit. Like I said, I don't use this one, it just hangs around for no reason, just so I look cool, look like I do something. 7/8 drill bit, that should get the job done. That's, yeah, it's pretty decent, but as you can see, we're running into a problem. This drill bit's hitting these fins over here. Now, don't get me wrong, Yamaha makes some pretty good things, like pretty solid, but look at all these fins. You don't need these fins. We're gonna cut these fins off. Like, look, you got fins over here, fins over here, fins up here, fins on this side, fins on that side. I'm telling you, cutting these fins off isn't gonna hurt a thing. Don't worry about a clean cut. You don't need a clean cut. Ooh, look at that. Now we're getting somewhere. I'm telling you guys, with about 3 minutes of work, look at how much we've opened that up. We are gonna have no problem working on this thing. The next step is to take. Whoa, we didn't put that in there very well, did we? The next step is to clamp down your vise. A little harder. You don't want to lose this thing. Perfect. You take your big old drill bit. You're just gonna start drilling. You want to keep this as straight as possible. I mean, like, normally you'd want to use a drill press or something, but I have so much experience, I'm not going to use a drill press just because I bet you I can keep this pretty straight on my end. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Put my glasses on. Oh. That's how you know you're starting to make some progress. Oh yeah. Look at that. Now that is what you want to see. So as you can see, we went from that size hole to that size hole. And we kind of cut a little bit up into that channel up there. That is not a big deal. No need to worry. We'll fix that right up. This is what we're going to be using to repair that hole. This is JB Weld High Heat, world's strongest bond. The reason we're using this stuff is because it's able to withstand heat up to 450 degrees. That's a lot of heat. Plenty of heat. And it says it's great for exhaust manifolds, tailpipes, mufflers, engine blocks, ductwork, machinery, high temperature projects, and head repairs. Look at that. Alright, so this stuff's been sitting around for a little bit of time now. No problem. Actually, it fits in there quite nicely, so we'll be able to estimate how much we need pretty easily. I like that. Let's go ahead and cut our... Oh man, that stuff's tough. Let's go ahead and cut some off. We'll save that for later. Now the directions say to knead with your hands. Now we're gonna need some industrial equipment to knead this stuff. Oh yeah, this stuff's still good. I know it looks a little funky, but it's still good. So I'm gonna start kneading this, and I'll come back when it's all nice even color. So I got it all kneaded up. It's one nice even color. I'm gonna go roll this up a little bit. We're just gonna start stuffing it down in our fresh hole. Yeah, look at that. Remember how I said don't worry how we drilled through part of that like channel in the back? It's gone. That's why you didn't have to worry. And the secret to working with this putty is, well, it's still curing. You can go ahead and just stick your bolt right down in there. Just like so. You can just knead around it, and that'll make it settle real nice. Look at that. Now you just gotta let it cure. Once she cures, you're gold. I know a lot of people tell you, you have to cover these openings and everything before you paint it. That's just a bunch of baloney. You don't need to do that. Yamaha, when they designed this thing, they had tolerances wide open. They wanted this thing to last forever, just keep on ticking. So the tolerances on this thing are not super, super tight. So a little bit of paint in here isn't gonna hurt anything. So while we got the head off, we're gonna go ahead and clean it up, make it look really nice. Oh my gosh, this thing's looking brand new. Make sure you get a little in there. You don't want your valves rusting on you. Yeah, look at that. Make sure you get that repaired area real good. Look at that, you can't even tell we fixed this thing. This thing looks so mint, brand new. Alright, you guys missed it, but I had time to throw a couple more coats on this thing. And just look how fresh this looks. Man, I love it when projects just turn out really good. And I must say, this one turned out beautifully.